here we go. Back at it, live once again. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo! Yeah, yeah,
Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Riffin with Griffin, baby.
Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
On today's episode, NFL playoffs once again. I lost my wallet. Well, I thought I did. I got to tell you what happened. I saw this great Nick Cage movie on the airplane. I got to tell you about that. And my new show, my new jam, Mayfair Witches on AMC Plus. Plus just thoughts, ideas, just me being me. Once again, welcome back.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Yes, Riffin with Griffin back again, live and full effect. So welcome to Riffin with Griffin. You can find me at erikgriffin.com. Make sure you subscribe. You got to do that. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all that stuff that you do. If you want to be, and then if you want to support the show, you can do it in many different ways. I'm on Twitch every single day, most days, Erik Griffin Gaming. I'm on fire on Call of Duty, so you got to check me out on that. And you could be a subscriber there if you want to support the show monetarily. You could do it also on Patreon, which I have bonus material coming out on that, weekly now. I haven't started because of the new year, but I'm coming. I got one coming because I'm just gonna do what I do, my random thoughts and ideas. And so you could also be a YouTube member, Patreon member. You can check me out on all that stuff. And if you want to see me live, guess what, y'all? If you want to come see Daddy live, you could see me this week in Nebraska at the district table in Norfolk, Nebraska. I got 3 shows, Friday and Saturday, January 20th and 21st. If you go to Eventbrite and you put in Erik Griffin, you can find it, or District Table. They don't necessarily have the link on their website, but you can go to the district. What is it? You can find District Table in Norfolk, Nebraska. So Nebraska, I'm coming your way this weekend. So let's do that. All right. And guys, I got a new sponsor of the show. We got this great new sponsor of the show called Diet Smoke. Diet Smoke makes federally legal premium THC products delivered right to your door. For Riffin with Griffin listeners, shop now at dietsmoke.com and use code Griffin. All right? Dietsmoke.com, use code Griffin, y'all. So come check me out there, It's actually not, dietsmoke.com, use code Griffin, all right? Yeah, I just changed that on the fly. Anyways, all the business is taken care of. Thanks to everybody who's live. What's up, everybody in the chat? If you ever want to watch me live, I do it sometime on Tuesday. Sometimes it varies on the time. I probably should get like a more specific time. But come check me out live. And Janine, thank you for the super chat. Anyways, so you can check me out live on Tuesdays, but if you're listening on any audio platform, I appreciate you guys for your support listening to Riffin with Griffin. And if you're a newcomer and this is your first time even listening to me at all, you're like, who's that guy? I think I know him from Workaholics or wherever you know me from. And this is for new people. For the new people, hey, you might be like, is this a comedy podcast? It is. Sometimes I'm funny. A lot of times I'm serious, but I'm authentically me all the time. So this is the less silly side. The silly stuff you want to watch, you could check me out on The Golden Hour or Gen to Gen with Matthew Espinoza. So I got 2 other podcasts, but this one is just me, my train of thoughts. And for the people that have been here all the time, thank you. Y'all know what it's about, and I appreciate y'all being here once again. Riffin with Griffin. Singing mic was good today, huh? Woo, 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 woo. The woo-woos, I thank you for your woo-woos when you hit me up on the Golden Hour podcast. I love all the woo-woos. So thanks for being here. What's going on? And, once again, check me out. And if all those people from Nebraska, I'm taking over Adam Devine's home state. I'm coming to Nebraska, taking it over because Adam's from Nebraska. Yeah, but then, I think Johnny Carson's also from Nebraska, so that just takes away all my thunder. But why am I coughing already? Anyways, all right, so I got to tell you something that happened to me this past weekend. And shout out to Greensboro, North Carolina. Everybody out that came out to the shows. The Saturday night was pretty packed. 2 good shows, but, there was a lot going on this weekend. So I appreciate everybody that came out to Greensboro, North Carolina. Never been there before. Really, it was so many interesting types of people at the show because when you go to someplace like North Carolina, you think the South, whatever. But there were so many different types of people there. It was great. One night there was this great lesbian couple, older ladies, and you could tell they've been together for a long time, and they adopted these 2 Latino kids from, I forgot where they were from, and they were in the front row, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. So a lot of cool stuff in North Carolina. But this is what happened to me, all right? This is what happened. So I thought I lost my wallet. All right, so it was cold. It's cold in North Carolina, but it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. So the last night on Sunday, I'm leaving in the morning on a 10 a.m. flight, okay? So I had this big winter coat that I bought in Detroit, but it wasn't that cold. So I had a jacket on, and then I had the winter coat over it, but the jacket I was going to wear on stage, with a T-shirt. I like how it looked. So I had this winter coat jacket. So when I got there, I got in the green room. I take the jacket off. I leave it on the chair. I go up. I do my show. And when I come out, I'm talking to the owner. He hands me my check. I put the check in my wallet, right? Put the check in my wallet, and then I go blank as I'm talking about for memory-wise. I don't remember what happened after that other than I thought I put my wallet in the winter coat jacket, and I left it there. Talking. I'm walking around. I think that, the weather's fine. I forget my coat at the club. I walk out. I go in the car. I had a rental car, and I drove back to my hotel. I'm up. I'm playing video games. I got a late morning flight, and so it's time for me to go to bed. I'm like, let me pack and go to bed. It's 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m., around that time. I realized, I don't have my jacket. I forgot my big coat at the club. But then more importantly, I'm like, I can't find my wallet. I'm like, oh man, my wallet. So I think my wallet has got to be in this coat, right? So I text the guy real late, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm texting you at 4:00 in the morning, but I left my coat at the club, and I also think I left my wallet. I got to get on a plane. I'm going to be stuck. He don't get back to me. But now I think, let me make sure. I scour this hotel room, man. I'm talking about, it was a scavenger hunt, man. I'm lifting up the couch, taking the cushions off the couch. I'm moving the bed. I'm looking under the thing. I'm checking all my bags. And now I'm starting to panic because the guy hasn't got back to me, okay? I go down to the rental car. I'm like, oh, the wallet's in the rental car. Go down to the rental car. I'm scouring the rental car. I look like a crazy person. It's 4:00 in the morning. It's cold outside. I'm in here looking for I'm looking underneath the seats with the flashlight. I'm like, where the hell is my wallet? Then I'm thinking, oh man, did I have it in this coat, this one jacket, and I let it drop out? Because I know I had my wallet at the club because I specifically remember getting the check and putting it in my wallet. So now I think, oh no, I've done this before where your wallet drops out, this particular coat, I know. So I think I get in the rental car, I drive back to the club in the middle of the night. No license, nothing. And I'm looking around the parking lot of the comedy club at 4:30 in the morning, right? I drive back. I'm hitting this guy up again. I say, let me wait. Now I can't sleep because I'm anxious because I'm thinking, oh man, when you lose your wallet, it's more than just you lose your wallet. You're thinking about your credit cards. You're thinking about what other little personal items you have in there. You're thinking about personal information you might have in there. And then for me, I'm thinking about, okay, this is my credit card. It's a business card that I have all of my stuff on. It's Hulu monthly payment, Netflix a monthly, all the monthly payments you have for so many things. I tip for you guys, make a little file in your iPhone notes of all the places that you use a particular credit card to pay your bills with. Keep a list of that, okay? Trust me, I've had it before where it was like fraud on my credit card and then I had to change all that stuff. And it was so helpful for me to see, okay, go to Netflix, go to Hulu, go to Disney, go to, T-Mobile, go to, you know what I mean? Have all the list. Okay, so I get back to the hotel. It's, now it's 5 a.m. Now I can't sleep because I'm anxious thinking about this wallet. I scour the hotel room again. I'm just kind of like, oh man, I wait. And now I'm waiting for a reasonable time in the morning that I can hit this guy up, the manager owner, to be like, hey man, I'm pretty sure I left my jacket and my wallet at the club. He don't get back to me. Okay, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I call him, right to voicemail. It goes to voicemail. It rings and goes to voicemail. Okay, cut to me calling him 25 times. I go on Instagram and I Instagram the club's thing and I go, hey, I think I left my wallet. Somebody finally gets back to me 7:45-ish a.m. And the guy's like, whoever it is on the other end of that goes, I'm going to hit him up right now. I wait. They go, I can't get a hold of him either. So again, now I'm just calling. Now, here's where, thank goodness I'm a prepared kind of Boy Scout in this kind of stuff. I carry my passport with me wherever I travel. I keep it in a secret pocket and it's always there. The reason why is I always think, what if I lose my license? What if I lose my wallet and I'm stuck in a city with no way to get back because I have no form of identification? So now I'm thinking, okay, I have my passport at least. I could get on this plane and I'll have this guy, send me my wallet. Now, but the flight boards at 10 a.m., okay? So the flight's about to board at 10 a.m. And then he calls me finally. He's like, hey, man, and my first thought is like, you are definitely being taken off my emergency contact list. You understand? Like, I could be dead in the ditch now. Maybe, like if I'm being kidnapped and it's like I have my cell phone and I need to call Liam Neeson type. I think it's him, and I'm calling him like, hey, man, I'm being kidnapped. Help me. This dude wouldn't answer the phone for 30 calls. So he is off my emergency contact list for sure, right? So he goes, hey, what time's your flight? I'm like, man, I'm about to board. So I'm pretty sure I left my jacket and my wallet, all right? He goes, look, man, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to the club in like 30 minutes. I'll let you know. So I get on my first flight. It's to Chicago. So when I get to Chicago, the guy texts me back. And this is the point of me telling this story. This is what he said. He goes, follow along here. He says, hey, man, good news. I found your jacket, but no wallet. What? That's good news? Like, bro, are you kidding me? You found my jacket? You think that's the good news? He thought that was the good news. That's the good news? Good news, I found your jacket, but no wallet. That's not good news, man. So now I'm getting on my other flight from Chicago to LA and I'm just distraught, okay? Because now I'm thinking, is this wallet going to turn up? I hit up the Marriott I was staying at and I'm like, hey, I think I left my wallet in the room, and then I'm thinking to myself, I got cash in the wallet. I'm like, nobody's turning this wallet in. You know what I mean? It's like, that's it for my wallet. Got the check from the club in the wallet, all this personal information. I'm like, oh no. And so the flight's terrible. I haven't slept all night. Anxiety. I get home, I land. I'm sitting here like, oh man. Rachel picks me up and she knows I'm in a mood. I haven't slept. You know what I mean? She has food for me, but I'm just kind of like, she's like, and she was being great, Rachel was being wonderful, actually. And she was just like, it's okay, babe. We're going to go through your stuff. And we'll, it's just a wallet. It's okay. But it's not just a wallet. It's a wallet she gave me for a gift. And I love this wallet because it was expensive and it's the material that it's made of. It stays fresh. It's a great wallet. Okay, best wallet I've ever had. We get home, we eat, and I carry my heavy bag upstairs. All right, we open the bag. Rachel says, "I'm gonna look through your bag to make sure." She opens the bag. She grabs. The first thing she grabs is I take my vitamins with me. I have like a vitamin bag, okay? I have this vitamin bag, and it has my turmeric drink that I make, my green stuff. I got my multivitamins. I got my, my mushroom stuff. I got all this kind of, not those kind of mushrooms, but like, the brain mushrooms. I got all kind of stuff in my vitamin bag. She grabs the vitamin bag first, opens it, puts her hand in, and pulls out my wallet. Just, why was it in my vitamin bag, y'all? I'm going crazy. She pulls the wallet out, looks at me like, "Here's your wallet." And I'm like, what? She did it so easy. I feel like she went to North Carolina, snuck into my room, hid my wallet just so she could have this moment. But the feeling I had of like elation, of relief, of just being like, oh my God, my wallet. And so I don't know what happened. I think that I walked in the room and like I had my vitamin bag on this little counter. I think I just threw my wallet and the car keys towards this place, because I had some food, and the wallet must have went in the bag, and I didn't even think to look in the bag. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure I looked in and was like, I probably got the vitamin bag, and I was like, it's not in the vitamin bag. That's stupid, Griffin. Then I packed everything. But just what I went through, just the 15 hours of just stress, anxiety was bananas. All right. Well, I don't know if that's entertaining, but that is what this show is about. My life. My crazy life, right? My crazy life. All right, y'all. So NFL playoffs. We gotta continue to talk about the NFL playoffs. Wait, how come this isn't doing this? Let me do this real quick. There we go. NFL playoffs. What a treat it was. Like I was looking forward to the NFL playoffs, but this was like really, what a great weekend. And I called it too, man. Except for one game I didn't get right, and that was last night's game. I thought Dallas was going to lose, but they showed up against an inferior team. Tampa Bay is just not a good team, They had a losing record, and the only reason why we even thinking about them was because of Tom Brady. And he looked like he was 46, okay? Like Tom Brady looked like an old man. But that's fine. It's fine. He had a tremendous 22-year career. It's time to move on. I'm not surprised they lost. They're not a very good team. They had so many problems through the whole year. They had a losing record. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm looking on this website. So now it looks like the Chiefs. So anyways, of the games that happened this week, and this is my NFL review. If you're not into sports, it is what it is. But for the people that are, I'm going to be doing this right now throughout the NFL playoffs because I find it interesting. I really enjoy the NFL. I like the NFL as my favorite sport right now. I still love basketball and I love my Clippers, but NFL is the best right now. So, okay, so I called this one Jaguars Chargers. While I was streaming while I was out there, and I got a lot of victories on Erik Griffin Gaming, which you could check out on. You can check out Erik Griffin Gaming on Twitch, but you can also check out Erik Griffin Gaming on YouTube as well. And I won so many games while I was out. It was crazy. I was on fire. But anyways, while I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I think the Jaguars are going to win because of Doug Peterson. Because they have better coaching. The guy's won a Super Bowl. He did it with Nick Foles. He did it. He knows how to get the best out of his team. He's a fantastic coach, and he got those Jags playing. So they beat the Chargers. Biggest comeback, third biggest comeback in NFL history. What a debacle. That coach of the Chargers, they should have already cleared out his office before the plane lands. Like that dude should have got home. And his key card can't get into the facility. He's like, security, I can't, my card isn't working. I can't get inside. And they're like, oh yeah, we need to talk to you. And they did grab him, two guys underneath his arms on either side, and they need to toss him out of the building to his car and be like, yeah, you're done. Thank you, you're done, thank you. Right? That's how they should have done that. Okay. But anyways, that was just a debacle. They forced 5 turnovers in the first half. That hasn't been done in like so many years, and they lost the game. Done. Okay? So Jaguars are moving on, and they're about to get demolished by the Chiefs. That's my prediction for that. Just the Chiefs are going to handle business against them. Now, Bengals, Ravens, they're going through whatever they're going through with Lamar Jackson. They should have just paid this guy already. Reportedly, they offered him $130 million. And that's crazy considering what the guarantees that they've given out to other quarterbacks who are not even as good as him, in my opinion. But that was a close game, too. Divisional rivalry. The Ravens gave it their all, man. They gave it to the Bengals. So we'll see what happens with the Bengals. But it was a tough game for them. But it's a division rivalry game. They know each other. They've played 3 times now. So I'm not surprised that it was a good game. But I still think the Bengals are the one, man. They looking real good. And then again, the Dolphins, Bills, division rival again. Miami had a chance to win that game. I'm iffy on the Bills right now, man. I know Bills Mafia is out there and all those Bills people that you guys love the Bills. You know, Bills people, they have such support. And shout out to DeMar Hamlin. He seems to be doing a lot better. Hopefully he gets back on the field. But anyways, they didn't look good. The loss of what's the guy that got hurt who was on the Rams? Whatever the guy. I'm sure you guys are going to tell me in the chat. So you guys will tell me that. I think you're starting to feel the loss of that guy. And I think that, what do you call it? The Dolphins, I just think the Bills, they have an offensive line troubles. I think they rely on Josh Allen to do way too much. And sometimes Von Miller, that's his name. Thank you so much. Von Miller, they're feeling the loss of Von Miller on defense because they can't stop anybody. So I don't know if Josh Allen is going to be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat every single game with his legs, with his arm, with his decision-making. He got sacked 7 times. I'm picking right now, I think the Bengals are going to beat the Bills, and they're going to go on to play the Chiefs. And that's going to be a rematch of last year. So we'll see what's going on with that. So I think that's going to be a great matchup. But that Miami, shout out to them. Hopefully Tua can come back, right? Hopefully Tua can come back. But if not, they need to find a quarterback. And maybe it's time for Aaron Rodgers to leave Green Bay. If I was Miami, I would try to get Aaron Rodgers, because, Aaron Rodgers, can you imagine Aaron Rodgers with those receivers? Ooh-wee. So we'll see what happens there. Now, in the NFC, as I said last night, Dallas put the whoop on an inferior team. Like, Dallas was just a better team top to bottom than Tampa Bay. We'll see if that can carry on to the next round. I don't know. I'm not sure who plays who now. Like, I think New York plays Philly. I'm not sure. I think no. Philadelphia Eagles end up playing. Yeah. That's what it is. New York plays Philly. New York, let's get to that game too. So the Giants, I picked the Giants to beat the Vikings. I think a lot of people picked that. But not only did they beat the Vikings, but Danny Dimes, dude, Daniel Jones looked good. I think he played his way into a good contract. And let me tell you something about New York. They're not going to pay him $48 million a year, whatever the high market value is for quarterbacks. They're going to pay Daniel Jones like 40, maybe even 37, something like that. And that's going to be a team-friendly deal. And they're going to be good for like the next 5 years because they got a couple of draft picks. They got Saquon Barkley. Like, the Giants look good, man. So look out for the Giants. So Giants, Eagles, this is the first time the Giants have been in the playoffs in a while. And this is the first time for Jalen Hurts as the quarterback. We don't know if he's 100%. So that might be an upset in the making. Giants, they got a history. We'll see. That Giants-Eagles game is going to be the bomb, okay? And then on the other side, we got the 49ers, who looked dominant as hell, man. They looked dominant, dude. And Brock Purdy looked like a rookie. He didn't play well, and the dude still had like 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards. So he was making some rookie mistakes, but that team is stacked from top to bottom. To me, that's the best team in the NFC, if not the league, is the San Francisco 49ers. And the only thing, the asterisk on them is this is the last pick in the draft, rookie quarterback. No rookie has ever won the Super Bowl. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. And then now they play the Dallas Cowboys. So that's going to be the game. So you got Cowboys Nations. These people have been supporting the Cowboys for 25 years. I think the Cowboys have already done enough to be like, all right, you guys are a good team. Now let's build on this. They need another receiver or something like that. So I'm not going to be surprised if San Francisco wins this game. I think they should win the game, actually. I think San Francisco is better than Dallas. But at the same time, who knows? Is this the magic? Dallas finally did it. They got over the hump. It's a hard pick, but I'm picking the 49ers in that game, all right? And I'm picking the Chiefs over the Jags, and I'm picking Bengals over the Bills. So that's how I feel about that, guys. That's how Daddy feels about that. So there you go. How come this doesn't? This is supposed to change the background, and it's not doing it. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I have to do like this real quick. I got to switch out of it. Boom, and go here. Boom. There it is. I don't know why it does that. That's really weird. So, if I go to my screen capture, I have a screen. Let's go to screen capture here. So, yeah, this one website, SB Nation, they were ranking the teams that had the 8 remaining NFL playoff teams ranked by likelihood of winning it all. So they got the Chiefs number 1. Good pick. I think the Chiefs are just solid. They got Patrick Mahomes, probably going to be the MVP. Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I would switch Eagles and 49ers on this one. 49ers have a third chance. Eagles second, third. Then they got Buffalo fourth. Cincinnati 5. I would switch that too. I don't agree with this list. Then they have Dallas 6. I can agree. And Jacksonville 7 and Giants 8th. Giants, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that assessment from that website. So we'll see what's going on with that. So anyways, that's all. That's my sports talk segment of this episode. Okay. Also, I want to say something. I got an email. Oh, let me find the email. You know what? I should actually find the email. I'm gonna talk about this email after I do. Let's take care of some business right now. We have to take care of some business. I want to talk about Diet Smoke, y'all. Diet Smoke. Diet Smoke. They make federally legal premium THC products. So I want to take a break right now and talk about my new favorite sponsor. Once again, Diet Smoke. They guarantee that there's Diet Smoke's variety of guarantees their THC product for everyone, and we're not just talking about flavor variety either. They got blends from melatonin for sleep. They got blends with caffeine for when you're on the move. If you need an elevated vibe, they have so many different options. They sent me some stuff, and I'm not a smoker. I'm not a smoker. I don't drink and whatever like that. But in the last couple of years, I've tried a little. THC with just CBD with a little bit of stuff. And so if you need a little something to be calm, to help you go to sleep, to just help you chill out, just get a vibe, I do recommend Diet Smoke, Most importantly, Diet Smoke is great for all levels of THC consumers, like myself. Experienced users or the Delta High for when they can't melt into their couch and still want to function. You know what I mean? That's such a great little line right there for that. Just named Diet Smokes. U.S. Weekly has just named Diet Smokes Delta 8 gummies as the best for beginners. I'm a beginner, and if you're a beginner and you're worried about, hey, I don't want to be all high, I highly recommend Diet Smoke. Diet Smoke cares about their customers. On top of guaranteed quality through available lab tests, they consistently release new flavors to keep the experience fresh. Each flavor is handpicked through several weeks of testing and sampling before released. Best of all, if you don't enjoy your experience, their friendly customer service team will quickly address the issue. For Riffin With Griffin listeners, shop now at dietsmoke.com and use code Griffin for 20% off your entire first order. That's a great deal, y'all. If you're a beginner, try this out. That's dietsmoke.com, code Griffin at checkout for 20% off. Okay. Let me see if I can find this email. So I got an email, and you know what? If you guys want to email me, you can email me at eric@ericgriffin.com. I do like getting emails from people. You know what I mean? And so this guy sent me an email. I thought I had it thought I had it ready to go. And this is so funny because this is actually what this email is about. I wish I could find it. Because the guy was like, hey, man, I listened to the podcast, and, when you say it is what it is, when you don't know stuff, he's just kind of getting on me for like not remembering names and all this kind of stuff. And I wish I could find it. See, I'm not prepared. This is exactly what the guy's talking about. But listen, dude, I appreciate you emailing, and I know you want me to get names right and get stuff right. But I just want you to also remember that I am doing this live. I'm doing it live because I like just being fresh off the cuff from my head. You get an honest assessment. I'm not like bullshitting. I'm just out here talking about stuff. I think that's the appeal of my show. I would hope so. When I have guests, for sure, I like to think that I'm way more prepared when I have a guest or if I'm pre-recording something for whatever reason. But you do have to remember that I am doing this live. So sometimes I'm coming up with things like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, what was that guy's name? And then I just, I'm 50, man. I don't remember everything that's going on. I don't remember everything that's going on. So sometimes I need a little refresher. I like to go to the chat and be like, yo, chat, what was the name of this or that? And you guys are really good about helping me, remember stuff. You'll be like, oh, Erik, you're talking about this. And I appreciate that. So, but I hear you, man. I appreciate you. And I will keep that in mind. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. I was on the plane. So now this is reviews. Spoiler alert. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not actually going to give necessarily any spoilers, I don't think. But this is such an old movie that it doesn't matter. So when I'm traveling again, so I'm on a plane, and sometimes I'll look at a movie on the plane and be like, oh, wow. Either it's such a terrible movie that I do one of my movie recaps, or it's such a weird movie I do one of my movie recaps. And sometimes I'll watch a movie and be like, this actually was a pretty great movie. And shout out to my buddy Kevin Eaton, who was one of the original producers of Workaholics. He was a co-writer of this movie. So first up, this movie I want to talk about, screen cap. Let's go to my screen thing, is this Nicolas Cage movie called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And, it's an action-packed comedy. Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage, channeling his iconic character as he's caught between a super fan played by Pedro Pascal and a CIA agent played by my girl Tiffany Haddish. Okay? So I just want to say, you know what? I really enjoyed this movie. It's like Nicolas Cage is getting a lot of, he gets a lot of slack because he's in a lot of like really bad movies. He does all kind of movies, dude. He'll be a wizard. All of a sudden he's a wizard. Now he's even going to be Dracula coming out in this movie called Renfield. Like he's always in some like out of pocket movies where you're just like, I wonder why Nicolas Cage did that. And then like the rumor is like, he's got a big tax bill and he has a bad spending habits. So, and so that's why he does any movie. Right. But, this one, so he's playing himself. And these issues that I'm talking about, he's making fun of himself in this movie. So immediately I enjoyed that. I just enjoyed him like being a character of himself. Like he's being this character that we think he is, right? So it gives it a little bit of authenticity because it's Nicolas Cage and he's kind of like, yeah, let's make fun of me. So automatically I'm in. It made him more endearing, it just made him be like, oh, I really like Nicolas Cage, like the real Nicolas Cage. So he plays Nicolas Cage, and then like this guy played by what's his name? Like I said it already, Pedro Pascal. That dude is a fantastic actor. I love Pedro Pascal. He's a really good actor. Okay, so he's playing this like arms dealer, or you think I won't even give away what happens. He's like he's supposedly this super fan. Nicolas Cage needs money. He's got this weird relationship with his daughter. His daughter's kind of like, wow, you're so self-absorbed. And, he's like what you would think. A superstar guy like that makes everything about him, right? And so he's got these marital issues and his daughter. And so he needs the money. So he's getting paid $1 million to go just be Nicolas Cage and hang out with this guy, right? $1 million. If somebody said, I want to hang out with Montez, here's $1 million. Bro, purple shirt, purple tie, I'm on the way to wherever I need to go, okay? So he gets on the private jet, he goes and talks to the guy, and they build up a sort of friendship. But they're actually both really good actors, so I believed everything that was happening. Like, there's this great scene in the movie where, spoiler alert, it doesn't matter. It's not that much of a spoiler. I'm just saying that in case. But they both take like mushrooms or LSD or something, and they're having this moment with each other, right? And it was such a real, genuine, funny ass moment that I was just cackling on this plane. But I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed, like, from beginning to end. I thought it was super entertaining. So I highly recommend this movie. And again, shout out to my boy Kevin Eaton. He was one of the co-writers of the movie, him and a guy named Tom Gormican. I don't know who that is, but I do know Kevin. So shout out to them for that. That was a fantastic it was a fantastic movie, and I give it like 8 woo-woos. Woo, 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 woo. So that was a good one. This made me think of something right now that I forgot. You know what I forgot to talk about? I forgot to talk about my thoughts on why they canceled the Workaholics movie, man. So Paramount Plus, it meets with the boys, and they're like, yeah, Workaholics doesn't fit in to our global strategy. What? Your global strategy? Really? I don't understand. I don't understand it. Okay, like they're saying that Workaholics doesn't fit into their global. What's their global strategy? Is it entertainment? Like they don't want to make the Workaholics movie, but they want to make this Zoe 101 sequel movie starring Jamie Lynn Spears, ordered at Paramount Plus. What? Hey, shout out to Jamie Lynn, and good for you guys. But if Workaholics, tell me how this is their global strategy. You know, global strategy, my asshole, man. That's my asshole has more global strategy than Zoe 101 over the Workaholics movie. Now I'm gonna tell you my raw, unfiltered thoughts about why they not making the Workaholics movie. And I could be completely wrong, and maybe somebody at Paramount will reach out and be like, well, Erik, this is not correct. This is not why we're not making this movie. Okay? Let me tell you why I think they're not making the movie. Because it's 3 straight white guys starring in the movie who are being silly, and they drink, and they take weed and mushrooms, and the stories are just 3 sort of like weird college sort of guys. Who knows now what they would be in the movie, just, being goof-offs and just being fun and funny. This ain't there. So I think that everybody's so freaking woke and worried about this small fringe group on Twitter where there's no engagement on Twitter. No one even cares about that stupid app anymore. And I think that they're just kind of like, do we want to make a movie with straight white guys? As if straight white guys aren't a thing anymore. Like, yo, can we have some artistic integrity and just make good products? Can we just make good content without worrying about pleasing a fringe group? How about make both? How about make a great Workaholics that inspired a generation of people to get through college, and all the people who are now 35, 41 right now, 45, they got kids, and they remember, oh, man, I used to love Workaholics. Like, were they like, oh, I used to love the white show? That's not what they were saying. Oh, I used to love that stoner. No, they just loved the relationship that these 3 guys portrayed in this show. And they're still doing it. They're real friends. These are 3 real friends who are still friends today. And they have a great podcast out there, too, that they haven't had me on, the bastards. But the point is that it translated to the screen. That's why the show was great. People loved it. People love the Workaholics. They still love it today. So for Paramount Plus to act like this is not a part of their global strategy, I call bullshit. Okay? At some point, one of these companies are going to have to get their head out of their ass and just make good content. If you want to worry about inclusion and diversity and all this stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to start with the finished product. How about start in the development phase? Let's get more women in directing and writing and on set. But if you're making a show about 3 straight white guys, that should be okay. Okay, nobody thinks you're racist or out of pocket. If you do, take your head out of your ass and start just looking at things. You don't have to look at everything through the prism of social justice and all this stuff, you know? Yes, there are things out there that need to change, that we need to work on as a society, but it's not Workaholics, okay? It's not Workaholics. So that pissed me off. So we'll see what happens. They're shopping at other places. So keep a lookout, and maybe you'll see the Workaholics gang back together again. I hope so. Rant over. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is this new show I've been watching on AMC Plus. Kind of like AMC Plus, man. I'm a fan of Anne Rice. Anne Rice, the writer. I read a lot of her books. The Vampire Lestat, An Interview with a Vampire. I love all the Queen of the Damned, and they've made movies about those books, and now they're making shows. There's a remake of the Interview with a Vampire, and it's a great remake. And this is an example of what I'm talking about with artistic integrity. They actually made a really great show. They diversified it in a meaning that they put some diversity in it, and they changed some characters. But the way they did it, it's really great. So I enjoy the acting, I enjoy the story, I enjoy that show. And when I look at it, I try not to think about, like, you know how you see like a commercial and you're like, well, another mixed couple's renting a car at Avis. You know how you feel that energy? The Interview with a Vampire, I'm gonna be honest, you felt it at first because you're like, oh, look at this. But the way they dealt with it within the show, I thought was tremendous. So now cut to, there's this show called Mayfair Witches starring Alexandria Daddario. I think that's how you say her name. I love this chick. Celebrity, my celebrity crush. Cause she just got this weird look. You know what I'm saying? She got this, wait, let me get to, where's the screen cap? She got this weird look, you know? It's that chick with the, like, you know, she's got these haunting blue eyes. Like, she never has to, like, really get any makeup when she's playing, like, weird characters. But Mayfair Witches, I really, really like it. Didn't get the highest IMDb rating, but it's really popular amongst people. It follows a neurosurgeon who discovers she's the unlikely heir to a family of witches. She must contend with the sinister presence that has haunted her family for generations. That's a basic thing about the show. But, yeah. So I have AMC Plus, or you can get AMC. I always think of these apps and stations now as just like, I just think of them like I think of Netflix or HBO. So AMC Plus is just like that. So you can see the stuff early. But if you have AMC in your cable or YouTube TV or whatever it is, you can watch it every Sunday. But if you have AMC Plus, you get to stream and whatever like that. I could take it live to places. Yeah. I like this show, you know. She's a great actress. Like, she was on, what's that show on HBO about the hotel? See, this is an example of what I'm talking about. When the guy's like, hey man, be prepared. Well, I didn't know I was going to talk about this. White Lotus. Ha, I remember. Fuck you. So White Lotus, she's great on that, the first season of White Lotus. And she's really great in this. You're following her, you're going through her experiences, and it's just like, but y'all know, if you know me, if you watch my podcast a lot, you know I like witchy, dragony. I like Harry Potter, and I like all that kind of stuff, you know? So this is an example of a great show about that stuff. And Anne Rice is a great writer in that supernatural world. So this is I highly recommend this show. I don't give it 8 woo-woos, but she's doing a good job. There's only 2 episodes out right now. I watched both episodes, and so they're kind of setting up the world. They're kind of letting you know this is where we're going with it. This is what it's about. They got all this backstory. So a lot of times that kind of stuff can be real slow, but I think she's doing a good enough job that you kind of feel for her. You kind of follow along about what she's doing. So I give this show probably, like, I don't know, 6.5, 7 woo-woos. Woo, 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 woo. There's the woo-woos for that. So, yeah. So make sure you check out Alexandria Daddario in this movie. And somebody hit me up about book club. I guess I am doing Riffin with Griffin book club. So I want you guys to check out, if you're a reader and you like fantasy and science fiction, I want you to check out this guy. His name's Christopher G. Nuttall. Christopher G. Nuttall. This guy's a prolific writer. I talk about him all the time, and I'm going to continue to talk about him. He's got a series called Schooled in Magic. I want, if you're into like fantasy, I love the audiobooks, but if you're into fantasy, sci-fi, Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff, check this story out. Schooled in Magic. It's about this girl named Emily who lives in our world, and an evil wizard makes a deal with a demon and pulls her out of our world into this medieval times world. And it's about her, and there's 20 books in the series plus spin-off books. It's great. The dude is a really prolific writer. I love Christopher G. Nuttall, so make sure you check out that series. And if you do, hit me up about it so you can know. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Riffin with Griffin. Let me get my music queued up for the rap recap, because you know how we do it. You know how we do it. I got some songs. I don't remember who even all sent me some of these songs in the past, but I want to pick a new one that I probably haven't played in a while. You know what I mean? I don't remember this one, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching the show. Yeah. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. It's the rap recap. Put your fist up and get some dap. I got a lot to talk about. This was a beautiful show. I appreciate all the shout outs. Let's get that beat and let's go. Riffin with Griffin. I'm always sniffing, coaching like Lane Kiffin. If I took tobacco, I'd be dipping. Ooh, yeah. What was this show about? Nick Cage. He was all the rage. Make a bunch of bad movies. He needed a smoothie, but I saw a nice one. That one was the one. So check it out and then give a shout out. Just scream and shout. Let me know you want the clout. Oh, Mayfair Witches. I love all them. That's how we do it, and you knew it. NFL is weak and it's sleek. Erik Griffin chic. It's not weak. I'm just kidding. The NFL is great. For goodness sake, that's all it takes. Picking them 49ers and them Chiefs. Woo! The Workaholics Movie. They did this movie so we can be the best damn movie that we can be. Paramount Plus, you suck. Shit, I don't give a fuck. We gon' go someplace else. You'll see. We gon' be a hit in the shit. Woo, y'all, that's it. Erik Griffin Gaming is the best. Tell the rest. Woo, and you profess your love with your super chat. See you next week, and I'll be back. Never whack. With that Kit Kat, like a sweet snack. Dad Raps coming at you once again. Y'all, I'll see you next week. And I am going to start watching Last of Us, so just check that out too. But see y'all. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin.